In the shadowy night of 539 BC, the gates of Babylon creaked open. The mighty walls, once thought impregnable, loomed into the starlit sky as the army of Cyrus the Great streamed silently through. Babylon, the jewel of Mesopotamia, fell without a single battle cry piercing the air. Like a specter, Cyrus entered the city, founding an empire that would stretch from the fringes of India to the shores of Greece. This was not just the fall of a city, it was the dawn of the world's first superpower. The origins of the Persian Empire lie in the rugged heartland of the Iranian plateau. Around 550 BC, the Medes and Persians were but distant kin among the many tribes of the region. Under the young and ambitious Cyrus II, the Persians rose against their Median overlords. His victory over the Medes marked the start of a dramatic transformation. The once subjugated Persians now stood poised to become masters of an empire. The world was about to witness a meteoric rise. Cyrus the Great's conquests were a whirlwind of strategic genius and bold decisions. In 547 BC, he challenged King Croesus of Lydia, known for his vast wealth. The clash culminated in the fall of Sardis, Lydia's capital, in 546 BC. With the defeat of Croesus, Cyrus gained control over Asia Minor. The riches of Lydia flowed into Persian coffers, fueling further expansion. Croesus's downfall was a testament to Cyrus's relentless ambition. Following his victory over Lydia, Cyrus turned his gaze eastward. In 539 BC, he captured Babylon, the heart of Mesopotamia, with astute diplomacy. The city's surrender was bloodless, marking a revolutionary approach to conquest. Cyrus's policies of tolerance and respect were encapsulated in the Cyrus Cylinder. Often regarded as the first charter of human rights, it proclaimed freedom and protection for his subjects. Cyrus's empire was built not on fear, but on the respect of its diverse peoples. In 525 BC, Cambyses VI, son of Cyrus, carried the Persian banner into Egypt. The Battle of Pelusium saw the Persian forces decisively defeat the Egyptian pharaoh Psamtik III. Egypt, the ancient land of the pharaohs, fell under Persian control. Cambyses' conquest extended the empire's reach to the shores of the Mediterranean. Yet, his reign was marked by harshness and internal strife. The conquest of Egypt was a triumph, but it foreshadowed challenges to come. The untimely death of Cambyses in 522 BC plunged the empire into chaos. Darius I, a nobleman with no direct claim, seized the throne amidst intrigue and rebellion. The Behistun inscription, carved into a mountainside, told of his rise and legitimacy. His reign would be defined by an unprecedented administrative genius. Through the introduction of satrapies, Darius organized the vast empire into manageable provinces. His reforms laid the foundation for a stable and enduring rule. Darius's vision extended beyond mere governance. He endeavored to connect the empire's farthest reaches. The royal road spanned from Susa to Sardis, a marvel of ancient engineering. Merchants and messengers could traverse its length with remarkable speed. A standardized coinage facilitated trade and commerce. In Persepolis, he commissioned a capital that would symbolize imperial grandeur. Darius's initiatives transformed Persia into a cohesive and thriving superpower. At its zenith, the Persian Empire was a vast tapestry of cultures and peoples. Stretching from the Indus to the Aegean, it encompassed diverse lands and languages. Within its borders lived perhaps half of humanity. The empire's administration and infrastructure fostered a period of unprecedented prosperity. Yet with such magnitude came challenges of unity and control. The seeds of conflict were sown amid the vastness of this colossal empire. The Ionian Revolt of 499 BC marked the beginning of Persia's fateful conflict with Greece. Discontent simmered among the Greek city-states of Asia Minor under Persian rule. Their rebellion, though eventually crushed, sent ripples across the Aegean. The revolt drew Athens and Eretria into the fray, setting the stage for greater hostilities. Darius vowed revenge against these upstart Greeks. The clash between East and West was now inevitable. In 490 BC, Darius launched a massive campaign against Greece. The Persian forces landed at Marathon, a mere 26 miles from Athens. The Athenians, outnumbered and outmatched, prepared for the showdown. In a shocking turn, they emerged victorious in the Battle of Marathon, defying Persian might. The defeat sent shockwaves through the empire, challenging its aura of invincibility. Yet, the desire for retribution against Greece burned brighter than ever. Xerxes ascended the throne in 486 BC, inheriting his father's unfinished war with Greece. In 480 BC, his colossal invasion force crossed the Hellespont on a bridge of boats. The Persian host was a spectacle of military might, a juggernaut poised to crush the Greeks. At Thermopylae, King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans stood defiantly, their bravery echoing through history. Their resistance, though ultimately broken, became legendary. The Persian advance continued, and Athens lay vulnerable. The Persian army swept into Athens, setting the city aflame. The black smoke rose as a symbol of Persian dominance. Yet, the Athenian fleet regrouped, luring the Persians into a trap at Salamis. In the narrow straits, the Greek ships outmaneuvered the larger Persian vessels. The naval defeat at Salamis was catastrophic, turning the tide of the war. The dream of subjugating Greece slipped from Xerxes' grasp. In 479 BC, the Persian forces faced their final defeat at the Battle of Plataea. The Greeks, united and resolute, crushed the remnants of Xerxes' army. The Persian retreat marked the end of their invasion and a turning point in history. The once unstoppable wave of conquest had met the resilient shores of Greek unity. Persia's ambitions in Greece lay in ruins, and a new era dawned in the Aegean. The war's end, however, signaled the beginning of Persian decline. The long, slow decline of the Persian Empire was a tale of intrigue and internal strife. Court politics and assassinations became the norm as rulers sought to control the throne. Ambitious satraps revolted, challenging the central authority. Persian gold flowed into Greece, quietly buying influence and sowing discord. Diplomacy and bribery began to replace the spear as tools of empire. The once mighty empire strained under the weight of its own vastness. Artaxerxes I attempted to stabilize the empire through diplomacy and strategic alliances, yet the empire was no longer the invincible giant it once was. The reliance on diplomacy over military might signaled a change in strategy. The internal decay persisted, with the empire struggling to maintain its far-flung territories. A new, formidable threat loomed on the horizon. The world was shifting, and the Persian Empire stood at a crossroads. In 334 BC, Alexander the Great crossed the Hellespont, eyeing Persian lands with ambition. His campaign was swift and ruthless, beginning with the Battle of Granicus. Persian satraps fell one by one, unable to halt the Macedonian advance. In 333 BC, at the Battle of Issus, Alexander delivered a crushing blow to Darius III. The young conqueror's momentum seemed unstoppable. The Persian heartland lay open to invasion. The decisive clash came in 331 BC at the Battle of Gaugamela. Darius III marshaled his forces for a final stand against Alexander's army. Despite overwhelming numbers, the Persian lines faltered under Macedonian tactics. The slaughter was immense, and Darius fled the battlefield in desperation. The defeat shattered the Achaemenid resistance, leaving Persia vulnerable. Alexander's triumph signaled the end of Persian dominance. As Darius III fled, his empire crumbled around him. His murder in 330 BC marked the end of the Achaemenid dynasty. Alexander entered Persepolis, the ceremonial heart of the Persian Empire. In a symbolic act of conquest, he set the great city ablaze. The flames consumed the splendor of Persepolis, reducing it to ashes. This fiery end epitomized the fall of a once mighty empire. The legacy of the Persian Empire, however, would endure beyond its fall. Its model of a multicultural empire influenced future generations. The roads and postal system pioneered by the Persians became templates for connectivity. Zoroastrianism, the empire's state religion, left a spiritual legacy that resonated across time. Under the Parthians and Sasanians, Persian culture experienced revivals and transformations. The echoes of Cyrus's empire continue to reverberate in modern Iran. Cyrus's philosophical approach to rule was groundbreaking. He believed in respect and tolerance, setting a new standard in governance. His policies allowed diverse cultures to coexist peacefully under one empire. This was a sharp contrast to the terror tactics of previous empires. The Cyrus cylinder stands as a testament to his visionary leadership. Today, it's considered a precursor to modern human rights charters. Darius's economic innovations were equally transformative. The introduction of a standardized coinage facilitated trade across the vast empire. His royal road enabled efficient communication and movement of goods. These measures spurred economic growth and stability. Under Darius, the Persian Empire became a hub of commerce and culture. His reforms laid the groundwork for a thriving economy that supported a diverse and expansive realm. The Persian Empire's administration was a marvel of ancient governance. Through the system of satrapies, it maintained control over diverse territories. Local governors, known as satraps, ensured stability and loyalty to the central authority. This decentralized model allowed for efficient management of the empire's far-flung regions. It was a balance of autonomy and oversight that kept the empire cohesive. Darius's administrative genius was crucial to sustaining the empire's vastness. The Ionian Revolt had far-reaching consequences for the Persian Empire. It exposed the vulnerability of Persian rule in the Greek city-states. Athens and Eretria's support for the revolt enraged Darius, setting the stage for the Greco-Persian Wars. This conflict introduced the Persian Empire to the resilient and rebellious spirit of the Greeks. The revolt, though suppressed, left a lingering resentment. It was a prelude to the epic confrontations that would follow. The defeat at Marathon was a pivotal moment in the Greco-Persian Wars. It shattered the perception of Persian invincibility, inspiring Greek resistance. The Athenians, led by Miltiades, employed innovative tactics to overcome the odds. Marathon became a symbol of courage and determination in the face of overwhelming power. This victory galvanized the Greek city-states, forging alliances against a common enemy. The Persian Empire faced a formidable adversary in the Greeks. Xerxes' invasion of Greece was an unprecedented display of military might. His army, reportedly numbering in the hundreds of thousands, crossed into Europe with a formidable navy. The Greeks, though outnumbered, stood defiant at Thermopylae and Salamis. These battles showcased the indomitable spirit of Greek defenders. Xerxes' campaign was ultimately undone by Greek unity and strategic brilliance. The Persian Empire faced a humbling setback in its pursuit of expansion. The naval defeat at Salamis was a turning point in the Greco-Persian Wars. The Persian fleet, entangled in narrow waters, was outmaneuvered by the agile Greek ships. This loss crippled Persian naval power and morale. Xerxes watched helplessly as his ambitions for Greece slipped away. The defeat emboldened Greek forces, leading to further victories on land. Salamis was a testament to the strategic acumen and resilience of the Greek fleet. The Battle of Plataea sealed the fate of the Persian invasion of Greece. The Greek coalition, under the leadership of Pausanias, dealt a decisive blow to the Persian army. This victory marked the end of Persian expansion into Greece. The Greeks emerged triumphant, preserving their independence and culture. The defeat at Plataea forced the Persian Empire to reassess its strategies and priorities. The Greco-Persian Wars left a lasting impact on both civilizations. The Persian Empire's decline was marked by internal discord and external pressures. Successive kings faced challenges in maintaining control over distant provinces. Satraps grew increasingly autonomous, often acting in their own interests. Diplomatic maneuvers replaced military campaigns as the primary means of influence. Persian influence in Greece waned as new powers rose in the Mediterranean. The empire's cohesion unraveled, foreshadowing its eventual downfall. Artaxerxes II and III attempted to stabilize the empire through reforms and alliances. Yet the challenges of governance and rebellion persisted. The once vast empire struggled to maintain its territorial integrity. Persian influence in international affairs diminished significantly. The empire's endurance relied more on diplomacy than on military strength. As new threats emerged, the Persian Empire found itself in a precarious position. Alexander the Great's invasion marked the beginning of the end for the Persian Empire. His military prowess and strategic acumen overwhelmed Persian defenses. The battles at Granicus and Issus demonstrated his superior tactics and leadership. Darius III's inability to unite and rally his forces proved disastrous. The Macedonian advance was relentless, dismantling Persian strongholds one by one. The empire's fall was imminent under the weight of Alexander's conquests. The Battle of Gaugamela was a decisive moment in Alexander's campaign. Despite facing a larger Persian force, Alexander's tactical genius secured a resounding victory. Darius III's retreat marked the collapse of organized Persian resistance. The battle's outcome paved the way for Alexander's entry into Babylon and Persepolis. Persian territories fell rapidly as the Macedonian forces advanced. The end of the Achaemenid dynasty was now inevitable. The death of Darius III signaled the end of an era for the Persian Empire. His assassination by his own men epitomized the internal decay and betrayal within the empire. Alexander's arrival in Persepolis marked the transition of power. The burning of the city was symbolic of the complete conquest of Persia. The Achaemenid dynasty, once mighty and revered, was reduced to ashes. The torch of empire had passed to new hands. Despite its fall, the Persian Empire's legacy continued to influence the ancient world. Its innovations in governance and infrastructure set a standard for future empires. The multicultural nature of the empire served as a model for later civilizations. Zoroastrianism left a profound impact on religious thought and practice. Successor states like the Parthians and Sasanians drew inspiration from Persian achievements. The echoes of the Persian Empire resonated through history, shaping the world to come.